Yo, what is going on, guys? We're back today with another video and another rank 5 gameplay. My boy Hyperion. So this one is pretty overdue as well. Finally getting to some of these rank ups that I did a while ago. So Hyperion here, we got the 4-5 Cosmic rank up gem. Gonna go ahead and pop that into him. This was actually a rank up before 6.4 Legends run. It was for the Legends run, technically. There's the diss track path that Hyperion helped out a bit for. I think that's the only path I used him on. But you know, Hyperion, he's a special character. It's funny because he's a 2016 champion, one of the oldest champions in the game that's still relevant to this day. And what makes him relevant is he has decent damage output at his base. You know, if you get those Furies, you get some cosmic potential going. His L1 has some good utility with it being non-contact, all the laser beams and the incinerates that you can get. But mainly his power gain. His passive power gain is just such a niche ability that not many characters have. That's just a passive power gain that's that reliable. And without suicides, you can literally just spam L1s for an entire fight. It's great, man. So it's funny. I actually so I started playing in 2016. I started playing in October 15th to be exact. And Hyperion came out in December. And I still remember to this day that way back then. So the two December champs were Hyperion and Howard the Duck. And I still remember Seaton. Back then I watched Seaton all the time. He said Hyperion wasn't looking good on paper, but Howard the Duck was. I was like, dude, you are crazy. Hyperion's gonna be so good. That's what I was thinking, because it had nothing to do with the abilities, but just like I was just hoping for Hyperion to be good, because I was a really big fan of Superman back then, and Hyperion is basically Marvel's Superman. So I was like, dude, Hyperion has to be good. I really hope he's good. And Hyperion was actually I'm pretty sure, yeah, he was the first character that month in December, because, so like I said, I started playing in October, and then, so Hyperion came out in December, and how the game works is for Arena, there's 3 brackets, the beginner bracket, the intermediate bracket, and the advanced end game whatever bracket. So the first bracket is the 0 to 30 days, the intermediate bracket is 30 to 60 days, and then after 60 days you're with everyone else, you're with the whales, you're with everybody. So when I first started playing, and when I figured out this whole bracket system, I played as much Arena as possible to get as many 4 stars as I could. And I got like 4-star Doctor Strange, which was insane. Back then I came first in his arena, the only arena that I've ever came first in. And then the Hyperion arena came. And this was my very last arena in the intermediate bracket. It was my last champion that I could have gotten. And I got him both rounds. So I had a 4-star Hyperion right when he came out. And it was sick, man. It was sick. I had him way back then. For such a newbie player like myself back then, he was a really good champion to have. But back then, Thor was considered the cosmic god, so that's who I really wanted. So I kind of overlooked Hyperion. The first time I used a heavy with him, I'm like, whoa, this is sick, look at all these Furies. I still remember being such a noob back then and telling my friend, like, yo, dude, Hyperion is actually good if you use the heavy. You can get Furies. I just read his abilities. Like, I had never read abilities before that. Oh, man, I was such a noob back then. Good times, though, man. Good times. It's just crazy how much of an OG Hyperion is. But he's still relevant, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I used a 2016 rank up gem on him for rank 3 to 4. So right there, I was just making sure that I was still recording. I'm doing some incursions with Captain Bay here. We're just doing Zone 6, but we're getting these milestones. You know, those 5-star shards, man, they are worth it. And we're just going to kind of see how far we can get. I was like, yo, we just need to reach Zone 10, but I just wanted to see how far we can get and get some more Hyperion gameplay for you guys. Alright guys, we're back. I was having a little trouble recording, but I fixed it. Just cleared out like 500 gigabytes of space on my computer, so hopefully things should be running a bit smoother now. Just a whole bunch of old recordings from my phone, screen recording, get uploaded to the iCloud. I didn't even realize they were on my computer. Yeah, enough about that though. So here we got an Iron Patriot. We got some buff Cornucopia going, so we had some regen to start. You know, every time I use a heavy, I'm just hoping that the buffs proc another regen. I love buff Cornucopia so much. It's by far my favorite hack, and it's pretty good with Hyperion. He gets a fair amount of buffs on the heavies. You know, you get multiple Furies, and she's just constant power gain buff that keeps on triggering. So it's pretty good. And buff Cornucopia, the cool thing about it is, like, even if you're using a character that doesn't even get buffs, it's still not bad. Like, it still can trigger off your dexterity. So buff Cornucopia, man, it is sick. It is so sick. So it's trigger my natural regen a little bit there, get off a little bit more healing, and we're looking okay. So yeah, with this incursion me and Captain were doing, I just brought Hyperion. I was just trying to get some Hyperion gameplay, do some milestones at the same time in Sector 6 here. So I brought Nick Fury and Deadpool along. I'm running Suicide, so just to help negate some of the damage. So here we had double no retreat. Never seen that before, so I wasn't sure if I dashed back if I'm going to take double the damage. So I'm like, alright, no dashing back. I cannot dash back in this fight. I will not dash back, only go forward. So drop a couple of heavies. He hits me with the L1. I just block it all. I don't care. And we're going to drop this L2, and bro, we get a prowess, 52k, 43k, 75k. See ya, Sabretooth. I'm not worried about your no retreat. You're dead. So, yeah. Moving on into the next room here. We have a Moon Knight up first. So just going to jump in here with Hyperion. Again, charge a couple of heavies, go for an L2, and hopefully that should be lights out. As you can see, the buff Cornucopia going hard at the start of this fight. We got another regen. Sitting at that nice full yellow bar. Looks beautiful. All those buffs. Hit a little intercept, drop an L2. Get some decent damage on that, but we get the stun. So we're going to be able to get off a couple more heavy attacks. And we're at 10 Furies right now. Watch how hard we hit. 34,000 medium. One medium, 34,000 damage. That's definitely the hardest medium that I've ever seen a Hyperion hit. It's definitely the hardest my Hyperion has ever hit on a medium before. That was impressive. And then here we get Fury buffs gain 40% potency. Dude, yes. There's so many good boosts and buffs for Hyperion in here. It's crazy. There's 3 to really help his Fury. So there's one, increased Fury potency, the one we just got. And then there's one that increases Fury duration and ability accuracy. And then there's one that increases attack on heavies and adds ability accuracy. So when you use a heavy, there's a better chance to get Furies. So if you get all 3 of those together, man, oh my god, your Fury gain. And you're gonna have more Furies triggering. They're gonna be longer duration, and they're gonna be stronger. It's insane. There's so many ways to pimp out Hyperion, man. It is great. So we just run through this, Mr. Fantastic. I was trying to not finish with the special, but I think finishing with the special 3 and killing him didn't give me the crossbite thing, so don't have to worry. And then we move on to the boss, and here, really between attack rating and the mediums. If I was running like Corvus, I'd just go for the medium boost attack rating, but for Hyperion, I'm not just going for medium, so yeah, I'll just get 20% attack rating. So Kingpin here, a little bit annoying. Going to just bait out some heavies and punish with my heavy attack here, just like that. Don't want to have to worry about him shrugging off a stun. Hit a nice little intercept there, hit a decent L2, 18k, 19k, 14k without a crit. Gonna get a couple more Furies here, and look at that, we just triggered a prowess. Now, watch how hard this next special 2 hits. 45k, 118k on the second hit. That prowess multiplied our damage by so much. That prowess effect was ridiculous, man. Oh my goodness. That prowess was, I think it was from buff Cornucopia. Yeah, so Here, next up, we're going to pick up a Martial Artist. I like that hack a lot too. It just increases like everything. Your power gain rate, increases your attack, increases your debuff duration and your buff duration. It's just a pretty good all-around hack. So see, there's an Abomination on the right side. Hyperion is poison immune, so I'm going to be taking that guy down. Just analyzing all the links here. I'm going to tell Katzen which one I want him to take for me. So I'm going to take down node 1. And then I'm just seeing what he might want here. So I think I'm just going to go for the Silver Surfer. I think at this point we're also on Discord, so he just told me which one to take. But yeah, sabotage the server link. Don't need to make any team substitutions. Hyperion, he can handle this by himself. So I haven't fought Silver Surfer in a while. Like the last time I really fought him was Uncollected. So yeah, I'm a little rusty, but my plan is just to kill him fast. So we get a regen from buff Cornucopia. That's nice. We get a couple heavies at the start. Drop an L2 here, and it does some decent damage. We don't get the stun, unfortunately. But I hit the parry, go for a couple more heavies, and then boom, we're already back at another L2. Boom, drop this. He's dead. Full yellow bar. We're looking good. Didn't even have to bait a special attack, man. Hyperion, he's hitting too hard. So yeah, that fight went great, and right now we're on zone 11 in sector 6, so it's getting up there. And then here I'm gonna go for special attacks gain ability accuracy and some damage, so that'll increase the chances of getting the stun debuff on the or on the special 2, and it'll increase the incinerate procs on the special 1 with the extra ability accuracy, so that's nice. And yeah, here we got an Abomination. Not too worried about this dude. He can't poison us, so we're fine. We're going to degen at the start a little bit, but then we're going to heal it all back, so I'm not worried. Just going to get a couple of Furies going, get this L2 off, and 32k, 12k, 22k. Didn't get any more crits, unfortunately. I think I had a boost that increases critical rate on specials by 3, but I think it fell off by this point. That one's really good. I really like that one, especially for like Morningstar and Hyperion, champions that kind of struggle with getting the critical hits. Be really good. So here I'm going to go for Incinerate debuffs, gain 60% potency. So that's obviously going to be extremely useful for Hyperion's special 1. And on this boss fight here, there's Rage. So Hyperion is an alright counter to Rage. He's not like a direct counter or anything, but he's kind of like an indirect counter just because of his L1. His L1 actually just has so much utility for how quickly he can get it, first of all, with his natural power gain, but second of all, the effects of it, applying the Incinerate debuffs, you can just deal a ton of damage to the opponent. So here we get some more prowess effects from buff Cornucopia, get a regen, good old buff Cornucopia. So drop the first L1, and you can see those numbers in red just ticking her down, man. Those Incinerates putting in work. We trigger all the Rage Furies, but that's fine. I can just keep spamming my L1s here. We get another prowess effect too. And our Incinerates, man, they're just doing work, and she is down. Not a problem. Rage, not a problem for my boy Hyperion. That fight went great. So moving on, next up here we have a Black Widow Clairvoyant. Not the best matchup for Hyperion, but not the worst. You just want to make sure that you don't push her to a special 2, because if you do, then she's going to apply a buff immunity effect on you, and you're going to lose all your buffs. She's going to gain a ton of power for how many debuffs you had, or buffs you had, and you can't gain any more buffs till that expires. So yeah, here what you want to just do is bait the L1, but it's actually, it really shows how high up in the zones we're getting for the attack of the champions, because her bleed debuffs are actually dealing more damage than I'm healing from willpower, which is pretty crazy because Black Widow Clairvoyant has some of the weakest debuffs in the entire game, but like, that's fine. Like, her debuffs aren't for damage, they're for utility, for her abilities. But yeah, so here we get Obscurity buffs gain ability accuracy and duration. That's what we like to see. So now our Fury buffs will be longer, and I think I still have the potency increase. Right there, I was just making sure I was still recording. I was starting recording and stopping recordings as we persisted in the rooms, just because last time I did Incursions with Hector, I saved like an hour and a half screen recording, and it was too long. So here we get to a Human Torch. I'm okay at evading his special attacks, but the goal again is just to try to kill him before he gets special attack off. So go for a couple of heavies here. I try to get my L2 off right there, but I got too much power. Push to an L3. That's okay. Hyperion has one of the coolest L3s in the game. I don't know about the coolest, but just one of the most savage. Like, he just grabs them by the face, slams them into the pavement, goes up into the sky, and just comes down and destroys their life. So here, we hit a 40k crit on the first part of the L2. Killed them real fast. Human Torch dead in 22 hits. Moving on, we got a couple more fights here. So next up we have a Man-Thing boss. Man-Thing, kind of annoying. So you can't really get the crazy big crits on Man-Thing. So here, I think I'm just going to go for the L1 spam once again and just let those Incinerates really do the work for us. I think I also picked up a Pyrokinetics, I think that's what it's called. It's where you can apply Incinerates on your medium attacks, which with the Incinerate potency increase boost that I picked up, not bad together. So here you're gonna be at this guy's L1, no problem. Getting a little bit of power drain from the node, kind of annoying. He's also kind of nullifying some of my Furies. It's also very, very annoying. Stupid Man-Thing. Here they're gonna go for the L2. Yep, not gonna hit too hard, but stun him and start spamming some of these L1s. I am running suicides, so I gotta worry about the recoil damage, but you see those Incinerates just taking his health down. One more L1 should do the trick. And yeah, this guy is dead. Those Incinerates were just putting in work, man. God, gotta love Hyperion Incinerates, man. Gotta love it. I remember the first time I used Hyperion's L1. It was in Alliance War way back in the day, and I think I was fighting a Rhino, and those Incinerates were just doing work, and I was like, this is insane. Then I remember trying it again, and the next time I tried it in war, it didn't really work because the opponent had willpower, and yet I think back then willpower scaled, or I think just healing in general scaled a bit differently, so yeah, it was the Incinerates were doing like no damage. I was like, wait, this sucks. Yeah, just that's so many years ago now. That was probably back in 2017, 3 years ago. I've been playing this game for a while, man. It's crazy. But yeah, just looking at all these nodes here, analyzing everything, trying to figure out what's the best course of action. And I think I'm gonna have to take that Punisher, because Captain has Aegon for Iceman, so he'll take the Iceman. Hopefully shrug off the debuff there. And I'll take Punisher. Punisher is real fun to take. All that block damage is a fun time. Very fun time. So, gonna go ahead and take down Guillotine first here. And we're on to Zone 13 in Sector 6 here, getting pretty high up there. And so Guillotine here, just standard fight, got some class disadvantage, but watch how hard the parries are hitting us. Let's see right here. So this first parry, 1400 damage for a parry. That block damage really getting up there, 1300 damage on that one, man, yikes. So I'm going to try to kill her as fast as possible here. Unfortunately, we don't get the stun on the L2. That was unfortunate. Hitting some pretty big regular combos here. And with all of our debuffs, she drops pretty quick. There's Guillotine down, 20 hits. Pretty great. And then moving on, I'm going to pick up my next boost. Let's see what we got here, what options. So I see during special attacks, critical rating is multiplied by 3. Yes, I love that one. That one's one of my favorites. It's not really needed for like Ghost and Corvus because you can get guaranteed crits in like Aegon, I guess. But for champions like Hyperion and Morningstar, it's pretty useful. So moving on to this Punisher fight, let's see what nodes he's got. So True Strike, Backboard Brawler, and Heal Block passive. So nothing really too bad, but unfortunately I'm not going to get the regen from the Nick Fury synergy at the start of the fight here. That kind of sucks. But yeah, I'm just going to try to kill this Punisher as quickly as possible, because you can see even on his parries, he's dealing a ton of damage to me. 1200 damage on the parries. So I go for an L2 here. Get kind of unlucky with the crits. I thought I was going to get more crits because of the boost that we just picked up, so that kind of sucked. Here he throws his L2, and look at my health just drop, man. That destroyed me. I evaded like the last part of the L2, but that destroyed my health. That sucked. So I'm gonna hit him with this L3. Does like 18% of his health. Not bad. 59,000 damage. Hits me with the L1 here. I'm down to 7% HP. And we just finish him with the last combo there. That was enough to kill him, and that was the fight over. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for the Hyperion to rank 5 gameplay. We ended up getting stopped on this room. We weren't able to finish it. Captain died to the Iceman. I think he had like 20% health as Aegon, and the Cold Snap just killed him like that, man. There's a snap. It just melts his health to start the fight. And yeah, I couldn't fight the boss with my 7% Hyperion. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I'm really enjoying Hyperion and Incursions, and definitely don't regret the rank up. It's great to have, and like I said, a lot of good memories from Hyperion when he first came out. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a thumbs up, subscribe for some more content. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.